It's a privilege to be part of the amazing TorahAnytime.com lineup of Tisha B'Av burst of inspiration. Although as I'm saying it, I hope still that maybe Mashiach will come and we won't need these shiurim and we'll instead be listening to shiurim from the Melech HaMashiach himself and getting ready for the setting up of the Sanhedrin and the coming of the Malchus Beis David and the Beis HaMikdash Habnuya B'mher V'yameinu. I think as we come to the culmination of our morning practices, not drinking wine, avoiding that type of simcha, and also remembering the loss of the nesachim, the libations, not eating meat for ein simcha lebabasar, and remembering how we used to eat the basar kachim, the special simcha of eating the meat of a shlamim, of a taida that was brought on the mizbeach, not cutting our hair. All of these are vehicles in order to inspire us to remember the Beis HaMikdash as we think towards the Habayis and the gold mask of Tumah that's there, and we hope that speedily it will be replaced by the Beis HaMikdash, and once again having Hashem's presence, the Shekhinah in our midst. The Gemara tells us in Masechta Shabbos that when we go before Hashem after 120, He's going to ask us certain questions. It behooves us to be prepared. You know, you want to be prepared for the ultimate test. And the Gemara tells us that first Hashem is going to ask us, Nosata v'nosata be'emunah. Did you do your business with integrity? When you went to work, were you honest? Did you make a Kiddush Hashem? Rapam Zechatzalk V'brachas Chusu Yogan Aleinu would say, not did you do your business be'emes, but be'emunah. Did you feel that Hashem was looking over your head and act accordingly? The next question that will be asked is Kavata Itim L'Torah. Did you make a set time every 12 hours, every day, when you learn Torah? Just like you have a fixed time to eat. Every 12 hours, we need to have, it's not just, I go to a share once in a while. Every 12 hours, Hashem is going to want to know, did you make a kviyas to learn Torah? Then osakta b'pirya v'rivya, did you try to have a Jewish family? Did you help others with shidduchim? And after that, what do you think Hashem will ask next? So most people say, well, I'm probably about keeping Shabbos, Taras HaMishpacha, Kashrus, going to Minyan. Those are all good examples. And yet, the Gemara tells us that that's not the questions that will be asked. The Gemara tells us that the fourth question will be, Tzipisa l'Yeshua. Did you hope for Mashiach? You'll say, what? That's right. The next question, after business integrity, Torah learning, and having a family, is going to be, did you hope for the Mashiach? And during the 3 weeks, and especially during the 9 days, and especially on Tisha B'Av, we have to reevaluate how much is that a part of our existence. Do we really feel I hope every day that He'll come? We say it in our Shema Esrei, but do we feel it? I mean, we mouth the words. We have to work on that. We have to work on it, that when we bench and say, Rachem na Hashem Elokeinu al Yisrael Amecha, v'al Yerushalayim Yirecha, V'al tzion mishkan kvodecha. We should have it in mind when we say in Alamichya V'al mizbechecha that we should be restored the altar, the mizbech that makes peace between us and our Father in heaven. The mizbech hazav, where the ketores is offered twice daily, which protects us from sins of lashon hara and from magefos. How we missed that during COVID. When we say Aleinu 3 times a day, we stand up and say this prayer, which was made the second part by Achan before he died for his sin in Yerichai. He said it with such a passion, hoping to come back soon with Trias HaMesim. When we answer Amen to Yiskadal v'Yiskada Shmei Rabbah, that's right. Hashem is already great and already holy. But at that time, He'll be greater and holier because more people will recognize Him because that's right. This is what we have to work on. At the end of Shemoneh Esrei, we say, Aseh l'man Shemecha, Aseh l'man Yiminecha, Aseh l'man Kedushasecha, Aseh l'man Torasecha. Do it for the sake of your name. Do it for the sake of your might. Do it for the sake of your holiness. Do it for the sake of your Torah. It says whoever says those things will be zeichet to be mekabel pnei hashchina. Allah said, "Love it." What I say? Do what? Do what? The answer is rebuild the Beis Hamikdash. Rebuild it for the sake of your name, because when people see that golden tumah, they say, "Well, Hashem is not strong enough to remove it." So do it for the sake of your name. Do it for the sake of your might. Do it for the sake of the restoration of your holiness. Do it for the sake that when your Shekhinah is here, there'll be stronger Torah, like we say. As we back the 3 steps up, we say at the end of our Shemoneh Esrei, then, oh boy, then will we have a bigger chelik in your Torah, v'sham navodcha b'yira, with the Beis Hamikdash. We'll see the fire come down from heaven. We'll see the miracles in the Beis Hamikdash. The lechem haponim staying fresh from week to week. Not one fly flies in the Beit HaMitbachayim, in the slaughter chamber, even though it's a tropical heat. We see that no matter how many hundreds of thousands of people descend down to Yerushalayim, nobody ever said there wasn't place for me to stay overnight. And we were able to fit into the small Azara and bow down with plenty of room. Open miracles. Our Yira will be so strengthened. But we have to daven for it. There we will serve you with fear. You have to know that kol dar shaloi nivna Beis Hamikdash biyamav ki'ilu charav biyamav. Every generation, if the Beis Hamikdash wasn't rebuilt yet, it's as if it was destroyed again. That means that the sin of sinas chinam, of senseless hate, is still there amongst us. And each one of us has to look in our heart and say, if there's somebody that I hate, a relative, somebody that I have a petty grievance with, somebody that I'm promoting a feud with, I have to forgive them in my heart. That's my job, to bring Mashiach closer. And we know that the Maharsha says that it's because of the sin of lashon hara. We have to stop talking about people. So, how's the bungalow colony this year? How's the crowd? No! That's asking for trouble. What about the counselors? What about the lifeguards? No! Don't talk about people. Yeah, how's the crowd? No! Don't talk about people. Like the Chavetz Chaim says, small people talk about people. Average people talk about things. Big people talk about ideals. Let's train our mouth. At the end of Shemoneh Esrei, we don't ask Hashem to help us keep Shabbos, to help us keep kashrus. It's very difficult to help us keep taharas mishpacha. Elikayin itzar l'shayni meira. Guard my tongue from speaking evil. Yushalmi and Peah says, these three terrible sins, avodah zarah, gilui arayos, shvichas dam, idolatry, immorality, bloodshed, and lashon hara is keneged kulam. The sin of lashon hara, lashon hara lamed, hey, go to Gehenna the easy way. I hate smoking, Rabbi say. It kills people. I see people in chemo labs because they smoked, Rachmana litzlan, lo yaleinu. But better to put a full pack of cigarettes in your mouth than to speak lashon hara, because cigarettes will kill you. Vaping will kill you in this world, but lashon hara will kill you also in the next world. In the merit of our working on hoping daily for Mashiach and for Tchias HaMeisim, the end of the shibud of the goyim that causes us so much problems, the persecutions, they're burning Torahs. Rachmana litzlan, please Hashem, give us back the Mashiach. In that merit, may we be zeicha to see Mashiach tzidkeinu b'mhera v'yameinu.